Suppose there are certain things which you think that it is a silly thing, why to ask? Don't be that hesitant while asking the questions, because once you are in on this platform is basically bringing together the problem solvers and the persons who want to learners and problem solvers at one place. Now if you are hesitant, then you will not be able to get the gain out of it, most out of it. So don't be hesitant. Try to learn whatever comes on your way, and be regular also during the 7 days. Don't leave any particular day so that you are missing on a particular module or a particular topic. So once again, welcome you to the R programming workshop, and I wish that it will be a exciting journey for all of you, and at the end you will be an accomplished person having the knowledge about R. All the best, and let us start this journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring words and for setting the tone for this workshop. Next, I take this opportunity to invite our ever dedicated academic coordinator, Dr. Jitendra Bhandari, whose vision and effort have been central to the planning and execution of this workshop. Sir, kindly deliver the welcome address.
Thank you so much, Parul. Uh, Welcome all the participants. And at the outset, I would like to congratulate all of you for taking a right decision, I must say. I believe all of you are either doing PhD, or early career in your teaching career. So as I said, I must congratulate you that you have taken the right decision for joining this workshop, because at the end of the day, we need research in our profession, and for research, I think right now in the area of economics and allied subjects, R is the right uh, tool. Why I'm saying R is the right tool? Because I think the first and foremost, it is free, which is a rare commodity. In our area, we have very good tools in terms of data and e-views, but unfortunately, they are too expensive. And then we rely on kind of pirated version and all, which is not good. There are some free tools available, but I believe currently R is a very powerful tool, and it sometimes it goes beyond our traditional research tools. So I think it's a good opportunity for you to familiarize yourself, and the potential is immense. Though this workshop is for 7 days, but I think you need to go beyond those 7 days and keep on working, keep on practicing, because like any other software, of course R has infinite possibilities. And at the same time, let me also congratulate Dr. Faraz uh, for organizing this absolutely fantastic workshop. And he takes all the pain, he goes out of the way. He usually have this workshop timings, in the evening. He's working full time, then coming back, and then having these classes. So I must appreciate his efforts. And by the way, I think some of you must be aware, or may not be. This is our annual phenomena. In fact, I usually request for us, sir, that if we can have, twice a year or thrice a year, because it's such a fantastic tool. I think it's like a service to the society. So we are trying. Hopefully, I think we already had last year one version of it, uh, but I think in coming months and days, probably we'll have this workshop quite frequently. But in the meantime, let me once again welcome and congratulate all the participants for this wonderful initiative, and also to Dr. Faraz for taking his time out from his busy schedule and organizing and taking a pain for the young researchers. So on behalf of Department of Economics, let me welcome. I think I have said this again and again, but yeah. So let the journey begin, and all the best for the coming days. Over to you, Parul.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words and for walking us through the purpose and expectations of this workshop. And now it's the time we have been waiting for. I now invite Dr. Faraz Ahmed, Assistant Professor in the Department of Economics, Political Science and Sociology at Christ Interview University, Delhi NCR campus, as the resource person for this workshop. With his vast expertise in data analytics, econometrics, and R programming, we are all in for a truly insightful and hands on learning experience. I now invite Dr. Faraz Ahmed to take over the workshop of data visualization and analysis using R program. The stage is yours, sir.
Thank you so much for your kind words. I would like to thank Dr. Shivani Chaudhary, the head of the department, and Dr. Bhandari, the academic coordinator, for all the motivation which is there behind this workshop and the planning which is already being done for the coming time. So it's a joint effort of the entire Department of Economics, Political Science, and Sociology that came together and that led to the ideation and practically setting the tone on the ground as we are seeing today. So thank you so much. And I have been doing our workshops for quite some time now, and in various aspects. Uh, this workshop is also also take us through the same journey, but with time we progress, and when it comes to R, it is ever growing and it is improving every day because of the large community of our users that we have these days. Uh, Python is also there, but generally social science people and economists and physical sciences people, they prefer R for its statistical capabilities and visualization capabilities. So I would want to deal with all these topics starting from today, which is day one, where I will be introducing you to the R environment and some basic uh, ways to manipulate our way and into R. Then in day two, I will be switching to data transformations, which is very, very important when it comes to uh, complicated analysis in R. On day three and day four, I'll be focusing on visual data visualization, which is an integral part of data analysis. R has wonderful capabilities in data visualization, so I'll try to do justice to whatever can be done in R because it is so vast, uh, and I will be covering some of those topics during those 2 days. On day five, I'll be discussing the importation of the data from online sources, secondary data. How can we get the data on our system when we have large data sets like NSSO or PLFS and the like. So that will be day five. And on day six and day seven, I'll be talking about multiple regression, diagnostic tests, and on the last day, I'll come to logistic regression. So this is my plan. I I'm not going to share any PPT on the screen because my screen will always be the R screen. So we can do practically uh, whatever needs to be done in R directly. Regarding how can we maximize on our learning? Uh, you can join the meeting using one device that may be your tab or mobile phone or some laptop. That's your choice. But there should be one laptop on which you should be working in R and writing the code that I'm writing and and getting some hands-on training. So this is the best way to do it. Otherwise, if you are using only one device, then that will be used for the meeting and not be able to write with me the code that 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 is important. Of course, I will be sharing the code every day just after the end of the workshop, that those 2 hours, 7 to 9 p.m., which you can use uh, for later practice and duplicate whatever analysis has been done. You can ask questions next day about the past day. You can always raise hand and ask question in the middle of my discussion at any point of time. You just have to raise your hand, and I will allow you to speak uh, so that whatever doubt you have can be clarified then and there. Uh, Apart from that, what Dr. Shivani said is right, that if you are missing on a day, then you would lag behind, and it would be best if you attend all the days, all the hours of this workshop. Uh, I think that's how we can proceed. I'm recording the video. The the workshop will be fully recorded, but I will not promise you on this that I will be providing you the recordings. We will decide it later in the department that what has to be done, and uh, if there are candidates who need recording, uh, you can let me know, and later we will take the decision that what has to be done. Can the recording be provided to the candidates freely? So, but the code is already will always be with you, because whatever I'm doing it in R, I will be saving it and then I'll be sharing it with you. So the real work and the real task is that code, which even if you miss on writing, you can always do it later by using the the code that I will share each day. Okay, so at the very outset, I would want to know that how many of you are have used R a little bit. You are a little bit familiar with R. You can raise your hand, those who are familiar, so I can just count and see how many of you have a very, very basic little bit of understanding of R. So I see 5 people, 4, 5 people. Okay. So because 5, 6 people are there who have raised hands, and that means I'll be starting from the very basic and the very beginning. Let me ask you, how many of you have installed R and R Studio on your system? Okay, so what I see is around 50% of you, more than 50%, maybe around 50%, have installed R and R Studio. So nonetheless, I'll be showing you very quickly how to do that. So while I'm talking and starting formally, it will take maybe 4 or 5 minutes for you to install R and R Studio. So let me share my screen and guide you through the process, so that you can also do that along with me, those who have not done. So you can see my screen, right? So this is the website, cran.rproject.org. Please visit this. Here you will see options, download R for Linux, for Mac OS, for Windows. According to your requirement, you can download by clicking on these links. That will be R. So you'll see this icon, that top left corner of my screen shows this R icon. So the app will be shown with this icon. That is the R icon. Once you get the app, after downloading and installing R, you can go to posit.co and open this, the very first result. Here, you can go to open source and you can download this R Studio IDE. This one, this will be R Studio. It is a uh, user interface which is easy to work with R. R is the programming language. So we will be working on R Studio. So you need to install R before R Studio. So once you have installed R, you can go to posit.co here and click on this and then download the latest version, open source edition, this one. Download R Studio Desktop, this one you can download. And then you can install it. It is open source and free software. So
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
yeah,
So I logged in on, I clicked on Grand R project, and for Mac I clicked, and after that I am not able to see the download button or anything. The page is saying R for Mac and CRAN archives, something something.
so click on R for Mac and then you'll be able to go to do it.
Yes, I clicked that only. R for Mac. And some page is coming.
Okay.
Should I
So
show it?
let me go back there and then let me. So this page is showing, and here you can see this
Yes, yes, yes. Okay,
release,
okay, okay. Fine, sir.
this one
Okay, sir.
for Mac, for Windows, whatever the latest release is, you can download that. So if anyone has any problem in downloading and installing, please let me know. Those who have raised hands, you can put them down if you are not asking anything. If you want to ask, you can keep your hand raised. So I will allow you to speak, and you can. Otherwise, you can put your hand down. Okay, so why? Okay, uh, Kanis, Fatma, you want to ask anything?
Yes, sir. I am not able to get the download thing on the Posit app on the website.
Okay.
I downloaded it from the CRAN R project, but what is to be done on the Posit, I am not able to get it.
Okay. So let me show you. Murad Chatterjee and Niranjan Gopinath, you want to ask anything? So when you reach here on the posit.co, you can see here open source. At the top, there's a tab open source.
Okay.
On
Okay.
this tab, you can click here RStudio IDE
Okay.
and just scroll down. You will see this open source edition. Download RStudio desktop. From here, you can download it.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other question, issue in downloading and installing? Samrat Chatterjee, you want to ask anything? Okay. All right. So I think you are all done with the download and installation. Now you can open your RStudio. Open RStudio. Don't open R, open RStudio. There will be two different apps. So let me open my RStudio and share that screen with you. Samrat Chatterjee, your hand is raised. So you'll get something like this. So how many of you have got it right and you have opened your RStudio like mine? Can you raise your hands? Okay. So all of you have done it. Great. Uh, let me, before starting, let me just request you one thing that if you have a doubt, you can straight away uh, start talking, or maybe you can raise your hand. If because my full screen will be the R screen, I might not be able to see your hand. So you can speak in the middle also. So that would be great rather than sitting back and not asking any question. Let us make it interactive and let us learn from each other. So that's what my target is, my goal is from this workshop. Right? Okay, so this is our studio and it has 4 panels.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Sir, in my art studio, there are only 3 panels.
okay. So in that case, there is this minimize and maximize button on each side. You can click on those to get all the
Okay, sir, I got it.
yeah. So these four panels are there. This one is the top left corner of my screen. They might be at different places for you, uh, but by the look of them, you can see that this one is the editor where I can write something. For example, I can write 2 plus 2 plus 2, and then if I press command enter or control enter while my cursor is on line 1, uh, you will get some result, that is the sum of 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is 6 in the console, and that console is in my bottom left corner. So you can write 3 multiply by 10 and then press control enter, you'll get the result. You can also write 4 divided by 10, maybe 40 divided by 10. Instead of pressing control enter, you can click on this run button here. So this line will be run. This is line number 3. If I click run, you will see the result there. It's our choice whether we want to click run or we want to just put the cursor there and click control enter or command enter for Mac users. So all sorts of operations can be done, mathematical calculations like calculator here. Try to write a few of them yourself, and please ask me if you are facing any trouble. No problem. All right then. So
Sir, after typing all the numericals, so what is the next step? I'm not getting anything on a second window.
okay. So when my cursor is here in line number 1, as you can see now, while my cursor is here, if I click on this run, RUN run is written there, you will see the result or the output in the console.
Done, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll do some of them quickly. So maybe square root. Now these are some functions which we learn whenever we use any software like Excel. So when you write sqrt 25, control enter, you'll see square root of 5. When you write log and 100, you'll see the result. So these are built-in functions, and they are in base R. So actually we need packages for specialized tasks, but for general things we don't need specialized packages. I'll be showing you how to use those packages in days to come. But in base R there are a lot of functions. For example, exponent of 1, that is e to the power 1. So if you write exp, it will not give you anything. You have to give the value what power e has to be raised to. For example, log base 10 of 100 will be 2. Uh, if you want to give a base from your own side, you can give any base here. Base equals to whatever, maybe 10. So that will give you. Pi pi is a constant with a value 3.14. So whenever you want to use this, you have to write pi pi. Suppose you want to round off this 2.4, it will round it off. So 2.4 rounded will be 2. But if you do it with 2.6, it will be 3. So these are functions, and as we move forward, you'll be getting used to these. Remember, the more we use a software, the more we get used to the functions. And Sushma Subba, you want to ask anything?
Oh, no, sir. Is my hand raised?
Yeah, it was raised. I just put it down.
Okay, no, sir.
Okay. Any question?
Hello, sir. Can I say something?
Yeah, sure, sure. Please.
Actually, I'm sorry because you moved ahead, but the issue is this that I couldn't download it. I tried thrice, but somehow, somewhere, I do not know what is the issue. I just went to that site, pause it,
Okay.
and then I got these two options: install R and install R Studio. So because I already installed R, so I went to R Studio,
Right.
download R Studio desktop for Windows, and
Okay.
I tried to install and run the program, but somehow I do not know, but
So
it's not opening up. It is showing the same link, uh, and with one panel only. So
okay. So that is R. That one panel thing is R.
yes,
So,
yes.
so if you have clicked on download R Studio for Windows, it
Yes,
must be downloaded. You
yes,
can
it is. It is, but
you can't
like
find the app, right?
yes, yes, yes.
So what you can do is you can just go to the top left. You are using Windows or Mac? Windows.
Windows, Windows.
So you can go to the top left corner of your Windows. There's a Windows button there. There
Right.
is a search bar also there. You can search in the search bar by writing R Studio. So that will
Okay.
bring the app forward. From
I'm
there you
trying.
can open it.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Just let me know if it is done. Right. So this is absolute value of -9. So for example, if you want to get the remainder of, you write 20 divided by 9, it will give you the quotient, right? So this is with decimals. If you just want to get the whole number, the quotient only, not the entire result, you can just write percentage sign on both sides of this forward slash. That will give you only the quotient. But if you want to get the remainder, you can just put two percentage signs and then write 9. Uh, that will give you the remainder. So I think I should use something else, maybe 7. So 6 is the remainder when you divide 20 by 7. One more thing here, if you want to write some notes, if you use a hash at the beginning of a line, whatever comes after that will be some notes. So maybe I want to write some notes here that the command below is to get the remainder, right? So I'm doing it just to remind myself that this command is to get the remainder, right? So it has to start with a hash, because if you don't use a hash, for example, if I just remove the hash, you can see it turns black, and if I run it, it will show error, because this is not a command. This is some statement that I have written from my side. So to avoid getting the errors are in red. So these red lines in the output, they don't look good. So uh, I usually have the habit of starting with a hash and then writing my notes. So whenever I come back after 1 year and open the same file where I have written maybe 100 lines of code, so to get a clear idea of which line says what, uh, I I usually use hash and write some notes for myself. So I don't have to look at the code, but I can simply read those lines to get an idea about what has been done in which line. So it's a good habit. Uh, the other two panels are for plots. So when we do the visualization, we'll see the plots in this panel. It also shows packages. So if you want to install new package, you can search from here and install the package, because for some tasks we need specialized packages, and we will be doing it in the days to come. There is a help menu also here. You can search anything from the help menu. Uh, it can be a command, it can be a data set, it can be anything. If there is any documentation in R on that particular thing, it will show you here. So you can have a reading and understand. So we'll be using this also. This one is files. So there is some working directory which I will be telling you how to do that. We will set some folder as a working directory, and you'll be able to access files when you want to import data into R from Excel or from some other format. Uh, we can do it from the files tab. This bottom right tab is environment history connections tutorial. So if whenever I create objects, it will be they will be shown on this environment tab. Whatever I
Sir,
have done.
sir, I have one thing to say.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
my screen, these are interchange. As in, the file
yeah.
plot packages are coming in the down right side corner, and the environment history is up. I hope that's fine.
That's completely fine, because I just switched places for my
Oh, fine, sir.
for my own preferences.
Fine, sir.
So
Fine, sir.
by default, they might be somewhere else, but
How to interchange it, sir?
you can interchange it from somewhere here, maybe in tools. Maybe in view. Somewhere here, I just forgot where I interchanged it. Some years back I did it, so I've been using like this for this time.
Sir, I want to say one thing. Like, thank you for helping me out. But I have only three panels. I'm not getting
Okay.
fourth one.
In that case, you can click on each panel. You can see this minimize maximize button. So one of your panels is minimized actually. You can click on them and you'll get them back.
Okay, okay. And so can you just, because I missed it out because of this download issue, so just
Yeah.
can you give me a quick revision? How did you start this thing only?
Okay. Now you can see all the panels, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what I did up to now is there in front of your screen. You can write in the editor whatever you want to write, 2 plus 2 plus 2. Just write it once, and while your cursor is in that line, click on run. If you do it, you will see the output in the console, that is 6. Would you do this?
Uh, no, actually, I'm.
There is this panel that is called the editor. Actually, it's nowhere written here which one is the editor.
I can see console written here, terminal, background
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah. So there is one with files plot package. There is one with environment history. There is one with
Yes.
console. The last one, this one, which has the save button also. This one. You have this.
Okay. Okay.
This one.
Yes, yes.
Here you have to write. It might be on the right side or at the bottom also.
Yes, now I got this. Thank you.
Just write
Okay.
2 plus 2 and then
Yes.
press run. So in every line you can write your code, and while your cursor is there in that line, you can click
Yes.
on run. So if you
Yes.
want to do
I got
multiple
it. I got
lines,
it.
you can select all the lines and then click run. It will run all the lines.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It got resolved.
Great, great, great. All right.
Excuse
So,
me,
Yeah.
what is the operator now? Line number 14 called that 2%. Is there a special name like pipe operator something or not?
Line number
14.
14.
The command that is used to obtain the remainder.
Line number 14 is for the quotient, right? This one.
Oh, okay.
20
This.
percentage forward slash per percentage 9. So
Oh,
when you
okay.
run this,
Hmm.
you get the quotient, the whole
Okay.
number without the decimal.
Okay. So, is there any specific name for this operator or just
No,
percentage slash?
no. There is no name for this.
Acha, acha, acha. The second comes line number 16 is for the remainder thing, right?
That is for
14
remainder.
is for proportion. Okay.
Yeah, this is
Is
for
it
remainder.
back? Oh, the only difference is there's a backslash in 14.
No, the difference is that there is no slash. There are two percentages only between
In
20.
14 there is a backslash, right?
Yeah, there is a slash. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, even I wanted to ask the same thing. In 14, it's 20% divided by percent 9,
Yeah.
and in the third line, 40 divided by 10.
Okay.
So the difference is that we are dividing 20% divided by 9%.
No. So
Okay.
actually, uh, instead of looking at 3, you can look at line 13. 20
Yes,
divided by
sir.
9, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
when I run it, it gives me 2.222,
Yes, sir.
right? So it has a whole number 2 and then a decimal, and then you have 2.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Suppose
sir.
suppose you want the whole number only,
Whole number only. Okay.
then you have to run line number 14. That will give you the whole number,
Oh, okay. Okay, 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 okay,
right?
okay.
And if you want
Yes.
to get what is the remainder,
Hmm.
so that you will get like this, line number 16. Two
Okay.
percentage signs. It means I want the
Okay.
remainder. It has nothing to do with percentage calculation.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
It is simply a sign to tell R that I want the remainder. That's it.
Oh, fine, sir. Fine. Thank you, sir.
All right. So
Yeah.
let's move.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually,
Please.
yes. I just have one thing for us. Since we were
Hmm.
discussing on the panels, yeah, because some of us have a different panel with respect to this files and environment. There
Right.
is one thing I was just scrolling R. We could just go to view and there is panel, and at the end we can see panel layout. All right, and we can make the changes. So
Yeah. It's
yeah,
somewhere here. I could not find it.
you can go
Uh,
to view. Yeah,
okay.
view, and then there are panels. in that option. At the end, you see panel layout.
Okay, panes
Yes.
or panels, panes.
That's panes basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
That's
okay. Yeah.
panes.
So here you can do the interchange. You can
Yes, yes,
move it,
there we can
move it
do. I was
everywhere.
just scrolling through, so I got it
Yeah,
there.
great. So that's the way to go. You can look at all the options and try to explore them, and you'll be able to do whatever you want to do. Uh, all right. So let's move forward. Any other question up to now?
Which tabs did she ask to go for to change that panels? View.
In the view, you can
Yes,
go to
yes. In the
panes.
view, there is
View
a second
and the
option.
last. Acha, last. Second last option. The last option.
And then
Pens.
last one is
Show all.
layout.
Console on the right, console on the left, like that. It changes.
No, no, no. At the end, you can see
Last
pane layout.
pane layout. So when you click on pane layout,
Okay, okay,
so
fine.
you can adjust
Okay,
where will be your console, where will be your
okay, okay, fine. Thank you.
all right. So now R works in, let me write a note here. R works with objects, right? We create objects and use them in the code, right? So what we do is we create objects and then we use those objects to do tasks, whatever we want to do, right? So for example, I'm writing 3 is assigned to A. 3 is assigned to A. So how do you read it? 3 is assigned to A. That's how you read it. So when I run this line in the environment, you'll see some A there. This is A, which has been created. And now if I write A or print A, it will show 3. Or you don't have to write print A. You can simply write A and press Control Enter. It will show you 3 because 3 was assigned to A. Similarly, I can say 5 is assigned to B, and then B, that means B is 5. And I can say C is assigned to A plus B, and then what would C be? C would be 8. Just write these lines, and then if there is any question that comes to your mind, you can ask.
Sir, I'm getting error object is not found.
Okay, then first you have to run this line,
Acha.
this line number 20.
Okay. Okay, okay, fine, sir.
And then you can print A, or instead of writing print A, no need to write print, just write A, will tell you that it is 3. That's what you will get in the console. So A is 3, 3 is assigned to A, 5 is assigned to B, and then A plus B is assigned to C. So what is C? C is 8. So this assignment operator is actually a less than sign and a dash. That gives it a shape of an arrow that goes from 3 to A, which means that 3 is assigned to A. A is not assigned to 3. 3 is assigned to A. So A contains 3. So when you write A is an object that we have created, and we have assigned 3 to A. So when I want to see what is A in line number 21, it tells me that A is 3. Right? So that is the idea behind the assignment operators. I can create another object B. It can be A multiplied by B. then D would be 15 because 5 into 3 is 15. Right? Now, uh, there are classes of
A,
objects. Yeah,
can I ask?
yeah, sure,
Uh,
sure.
A and B are not variables, right? A and B are point estimates.
They
What
are
are
constants. They are
they are
constant,
constants? They are constants, right? Right. Okay, they are not variables.
not
Got it.
variables. They are constants. Okay, so any object that you have created, for example, I have created A, B, C, D, four objects. So I can check the class. So the class of A, it says it is numeric. Class of object B is also numeric. Class of object C is also numeric. And class of object D is also numeric. So these are numeric objects that I have created. Now I am creating another object E and I am calling it uh, hello. And I've put it around a pair of quotes. So I've put a pair of quotes around hello, the word hello. Why I did it is because when you are writing numbers, by convention, you don't need to put quotes around the numbers. You can write them as without quotes. But when you are writing some text in a code, in a function, in a command, you have to wrap them inside a pair of quotes. It is mandatory because whatever is in the pair of quotes are understand whatever is there, it is some sort of text, some text string. No calculation has to be done on that, right? So it is by convention like this. So when you are assigning some text to an object like E, you have to put those words or sentences or whatever it is in a pair of quotes. Now, if I want to print E, I'll write E and press Control Enter. It says that E is hello. If I check the class of E, it says character. Now, this is not numeric. This is character. Whatever you put in a pair of quotes is going to be of class character, right? Okay, so A is 3 and E is hello, and I want to add them, A plus E. Does it work? No, because there is no way to add 3 to hello, because 3 is a number and hello is text. So you will get an error in red in your console. Uh, I'm creating another object F, and this time I'm writing 1 to 5. And this colon means 2, TO2, 1 to 5. So if I print F, it shows all the numbers from 1 to 5. I can do it with -3 to 3. So when I print G, it shows all the numbers between starting from -3 up to +3. So actually, if you want to write a sequence of numbers, uh, natural numbers, you can just put a colon in the middle of the two numbers, and it will give you the sequence of natural numbers. What about if I want to create a variable, as somebody asked that it is not a variable, it's a constant with values 2, 5, -2, 0, and 1. Suppose I want to create a variable, of course, that is going to be an object. Suppose I want to call it h, right? So in that case, I have to use a function called c, and then I can write 2, comma 5, comma -2, comma 0, comma 1, and run it. And then this object h is created, and it contains 5 numbers: 2, 5, -2, 0, 1. And this object is actually a variable and not a constant, because it changes values and it takes on certain particular values which I have assigned to it from my side.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, what if in line number 32?
Okay, I think your voice is maybe somebody else is also sitting with you, so two people are there. Therefore, the voice is coming like.
No, sir, you asked to use two devices, right? I'm using two devices.
Okay,
One.
okay, okay. So don't join with
Oh.
both. You can join with one and leave one for the work.
Can you hear me now, sir? Is it
Yeah,
okay now?
now I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I lowered the volume of the other device.
Yeah.
Sir, if in line number 32, if I want that hello without the quotes, can I do that? Like if without the
No,
quotes, if no.
no. Because let me show you. If I remove the quotes from here
Mm, mm,
and if I run it, it says
mm.
object hello not found,
Okay.
because R will not understand what it is. There has,
Mm-hmm.
it has to be a function in R
Mm.
for R to recognize this, but there is no
See,
function called hello.
is there any way out to write text without the inverted quotes, without the quotations
No,
if I
no,
want?
we can't. We
Oh.
can't. There is no way.
And second question is, like when somebody asks about this object thing and variable thing that you're clarifying right now,
Hmm.
the only difference is that when we put a C operator, right, that differentiates whether a certain um value is constant or variable. Is it like that? Like,
Okay, if I assign only one number
hmm,
to h, it will be a
hmm,
constant because its value is not changing.
hmm,
But if I assign more than one number, so the
hmm,
value of h is going to be
hmm.
2, it's going to be 5, it's going to be -2, 0, 1. All the values can be taken by h, so it's going to be a variable.
Okay. No, sir, I am asking about the format, the way, the command that we have to write in order to R to identify that it's not an object, it's a variable rather.
Yes,
So we need to
yes,
put
okay,
C. We need to put
exactly,
C. Okay.
exactly. So
Okay.
when you want to assign more than one thing
Mm-hmm.
to one object, so I
Mm-hmm.
want to assign 5 numbers to one object h. In
Mm-hmm.
that case, I have to put them inside the C function, right?
Okay.
And C means concatenate.
Concatenate.
Concatenate means join together
Achha, achha.
or put together or however you call it,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you
Yeah,
for the clarification.
sure.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
So in line number 32, we showed us the command hello.
right, right.
So I want to ask, like, is there a way to like combine two different variables that have character classes? Like you have assigned E equals to E is hello,
Right.
and suppose if I assign F is good morning.
Okay.
So is there a way that I can combine those two
Into
so
one
that the
object.
result so that the result would give hello good morning?
Yes, of course, it can be done. Uh, you can put both of those together in one object. For example, let me show you. I is a object name that I have given, and now I am combining hello and good morning. So they are together. When I write I, there will be a comma in the middle of the two. I mean, there will be two different things, but both of them are saved in I, right? Right?
Okay, sir.
So,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
One thing, like, if we want to join, like, E is hello and F is good morning, if we want to see that together, so we cannot concatenate as you said right now. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that can also be done. It's not a big deal at all. So if you want the output hello good morning, you can use functions which are available in R. So that's not difficult at all. So you will see, as we work with these vectors, you will see that there are various ways to do it when we come to functions, right?
Oh, so I'm having a query.
Yeah.
So I am a completely beginner. I have no idea how the R works. So
Okay.
whatever the commands you have given, can we get something to read to understand what are the commands, what to be given? Because this is completely a new concept. Absolutely beginner.
Yes, I also have the same concern.
Okay. So actually, we are indeed starting from the very beginning. So I have started from the very beginning to for anyone who has no prior knowledge of R can work with me. So I've started like that. Today's session will be just a beginner level session to get you understand R, right? So you can just work with me. Just keep writing. Don't think too much. Just write the code and get the result as I am doing it. That's it,
Okay, sir.
right? So I'm not doing anything advanced. Yeah. Yes. Any question?
Sir,
For what?
sir, can you please repeat and tell what exactly is the command that you've written? Uh, class and in brackets C and D. What are those commands for?
A line number. Line number.
Sir, I
What is
cannot
that?
see the line number. It's above 35, most probably.
Okay. Okay. I will scroll it down.
So yes, line 28 to 31.
Okay. So here, what I wanted to explain is that first I created some objects like A, 3 is assigned to A, 5 is assigned to B, A plus B is assigned to C, A multiplied by B is assigned to D. So four objects are created, right? A, B, C, and D. So if I want to check that what is the class, there every object has a class, right?
Yes, sir.
In R. So just to check what is the class of A, I run line 28 and it says numeric. So A is numeric, B is numeric, C is numeric, D is numeric. So all these four
Okay, sir.
objects are
Okay, sir.
numeric.
Thank you, sir. Got it, sir.
Line number 34, it says class character. So this is the class of E is not numeric, it is character, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So coming back, I created this H and it's a variable and it contains 5 numbers. Actually, what I created here at H is actually a numeric vector. It's a vector. So in the language of R, we call it a vector, right? So we are coming to the topic of vectors now. So H is, if I check the class, H, it says numeric, and because it contains more than one number, so it is a vector. It's not a constant, it's a variable, or you can call it a vector rather a variable, right? In R. So I would say H is a numeric vector, right? Is a vector of class numeric. Now, I, on the other hand, is a vector of class character. So it's a character vector. I is a character vector, right? Now let me create another, a third type, J. So I'm calling it J, and I'm putting true, false, true, true. And if I print J, it says true, false, true, true. And if I check the class of J, it says it is logical vector. So J is a logical vector. So what I want from this exercise is to make you understand that in R, we have certain data types, and these data types can be of different classes. These classes can be uh, numeric, integer, character, logical, right? Now, one more thing to see here is that there are no quotes around true, false, true, true. That's one thing. Another thing is that instead of true, false, true, true, you can write F, T also. That works. Because this F means false and T means true, capital F, capital T. And remember that R is a case sensitive language. So small a is different from capital A. So if you have saved something to A, small a, if you write capital A, it will give you an error because capital A is different from small a, right? Now, when you have a vector, for example, I have
Sir,
created
we have to write in capitals only.
these true false, you have to write in capitals because these are
Okay.
constant vectors.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
So just a
so
clarificatory question. How does this R understands that this true false are logical, like logical, J is a logical vector? How does R understand, like it is inbuilt out there, like it's some statement will be given and then the R has to figure it out whether it's a true statement or a false statement in that sense, sir? Like it's
no,
inbuilt, then like how does it understand, like it's not just a statement but just like good morning or hello? How does it like?
right. So if I write a true, line
Hmm.
number 61,
Hmm.
run it. Now this true in capital by in R by default is understood as the logical true, right? If something is true, then this true will be used. So its usage you will see later, right? But true true in capital letters, R understands it with a particular it's true true is a logical which means true, right? And
So
if
sir,
you
so had it been written in small case letters or lowercase letters,
No,
then does it essence, then
no,
it won't be taken as logical, right?
no, it won't be taken as logical. So that's why I said that by convention, there are some things which are there. So learning a language is that only. No? So if
Mm-hmm.
we suppose in English, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
teaching somebody English, then I will tell the person, okay, this means this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who understands, okay, this means this, then the person knows the language. We are learning the language, right? We are learning to communicate with our software. So it has its language, and we are learning it, right?
Sir, as you said that R has like its own language, and you mentioned some of the like you said that in the language of R, H is a vector or a variable. So, because as a beginner, do we have some kind of reading that, as you said, that we need to? You gave example of English that we need to learn. We are trying to learn R, so so that we can learn these commands, the basics. Do we have some kind of reading or something like that so that I can develop a sense of familiarity?
Okay. Uh, so actually, first we have to understand that whatever we are writing on the left hand side, this J is
Mhm.
given from my side.
Okay.
It's not a part of the language.
Okay. So it can be D also.
Yeah, I can call it ABCD.
Okay.
Let me run this line ABCD. So something is assigned to ABCD, and that something on the right hand side, whatever is there, that is assigned to something ABCD, which is given from my side, right?
Okay.
Now, if I write ABCD again, it will show me what was assigned to it. That is true, false, right? And then I can check the class of ABCD, and it will show me that ABCD is a logical vector.
Hmm.
So this is the first thing, that whatever was there on the left hand side up to now from the beginning, that was
Right.
given from my side. You can change it. That's not a part of the language.
Okay.
The second thing is, whatever you are writing on the right hand side is going to be assigned to it. So it is a method. So
Okay.
it is a general thing. So every time you have to assign something to something, what has to be assigned is to be written on the right hand side. To something to which it is assigned is to be written on the left hand side. So it's a method, it's a way that we are learning.
Right.
And as far as the language is concerned, R is a programming language. So any programming language has its methods, its ways, uh,
Hmm.
and the only way to learn a language is to practice.
Okay.
Like any language in the world, you learn by practice only. So R
Right.
you learn with practice. So the more you write code, the the better you become in that.
Okay. Okay. So there's this request that whenever you mention any fixed code, so just tell us so that we can get that. Okay, this is the part of the language.
Okay, okay,
Thank you.
okay. And let me tell you one more thing at this point, because we're talking about the language thing. It is very easy to learn R. It will. It is a simple language, and you will be able to learn R with maybe 30 hours of practice, right? So 30 hours of practice is nothing. It's very less time. So you can all learn R in 30 hours of practice. That's it, done. Now the usage, the application, that comes the second part. That's why I have kept regression and logistic regression, multiple regression at the very end, because once you learn the language in the beginning, in the first two sessions, and then we will use the language to visualize the data. So we needed like we need a language to speak, to communicate. We need the language in R to communicate with R to do things for us, right? So in the beginning, we'll be learning the language, and then we will be using the language to do certain things, right? So there are two parts to it. Learning R is simple. It takes 30 hours of practice, and then you are through with it. You are done. You know the language now. Now you have to just use the language and communicate with R to do things for you, and that we will be learning later. And those applications are infinite actually. So what is your goal after learning R? What do you want to use R for? That is the question. For example, I am using R for statistics. So uh, I will be running statistical functions and statistical applications and visualization. So that part of R, that applied part of R, I know, so I use it. Somebody else might be writing a software, somebody else might be creating a website that I don't know because I don't use my R for that. Although I also know the language and that person also knows the language. So that's how it goes.
Two questions.
Yeah, sure.
One is that the notes that you're doing, which is appearing in green, those we don't run it, right? We just write it and leave it.
Yeah,
That's one. And the
yeah,
second question is that there are things that are appearing on the console, and then there are things that are appearing on the environment
right.
as you are doing it. So, would you like to tell us a bit about the two? Yeah.
Okay. So in line number 56, there is no hash.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm giving a command. If I'm asking a question to R, so if I run this line, it will give me some output in the console. It tells me that the class of ABCD is logical. So I got my answer. Line number 57 starts with a hash. If I run this line, I'll get nothing because R knows whatever is written after a hash is not a command. No one is asking me anything, so I don't have to answer. So there is nothing in the output. So whatever you write after a hash is not a command to R, but it is some notes to yourself that you will use for yourself. That's it, right? Now coming to this point that why these things are coming in the environment. So when we are creating objects in R, they are being stored in the environment, R environment, and I can use them again and again in the same session because they are created now, and I can use them again and again in the same session, right? So whatever the contents of these objects are given on the right hand side in the environment, and whatever the names of the objects I have assigned are given on the left hand side of each line. So I can have a look at whatever objects I've created. Sometimes I've created maybe 30, 40 objects and I'm just missing or I'm losing uh, the knowledge or the control of what I've written and forgetting. I can see the environment, right? Okay, these are the objects I've created, right?
Right.
So can I add one more question to that,
Sure,
if you
sure,
don't mind?
sure.
So when you said talked about, I just want to, because of this objects and vector thing. So one, you say that we are assigning, right? This A B C D E F G H.
Right,
So it's up to us whatever we want to write. We want to write H or A B C D. You just change it, right? These are up to us. These are not part of the command.
right.
So it's just for our understanding. And when you say elements, so these are all objects. The name of the objects you said just now. These are name of the objects, right?
The left hand
And
side things, they are the names of
uh,
the objects.
and on the right hand side are the elements, or the what are the contents of that object, right?
Huh.
What do you
Right
want to
hand
put?
side are those things which I have assigned to it, right? For example, these numbers, 25
Hmm.
minus 201. I have
Hmm.
assigned 5 numbers to
Hmm.
an object H,
Hmm.
and this name H is given from my side. And on the
Hmm.
right hand side, again, I gave 5 numbers according to my
Hmm.
need. But then there is a rule. The rule is if you are assigning more than one thing to one object, you have
Hmm.
to put them inside a C function.
Concatenate
That's the
function.
rule. So I have to do it like that only.
Acha, sir, just one more thing, just a clarification question. Just because of the language thing you said, just learning any new language is like we have certain consonants, we have certain letters, we have some vowels, right? Uh, Apart from the languages that we speak, these are programming languages like R, Python, MATLAB, whatever we are learning. So you are saying learning by doing is the only way out, right?
Yes, yes,
Keep on practicing all that thing. It's
definitely.
still, yeah, but how did you start it off, like when you started learning R, like it's like learning by doing. Mm-hmm.
I started uh, way back in, maybe I was in my PhD during that time, maybe 2008,
Mm-hmm.
2008, 2009. That time I started,
Okay.
uh, and uh, I was just I was using R for some analysis, and slowly I picked it up, and then I went to YouTube. I went online. I googled a lot of things, and then I started teaching R.
Okay.
So when I started teaching, so I have to see every day I have to teach R, right? Then I
Mm-hmm.
have to see every day. If I don't write anything in R, maybe for 1 or 2 years, I'll forget it.
Okay. Okay, sir. No, sir. Actually, one of my senior is a professor in Presidency University. I do go sometimes visit him to learn some codes in R. So he suggested he started off with a course in Course Era or something, and then like you said, he's also teaching, he's giving class lectures in our going from workshops and all that thing. So, and I have been given some references by different professors who are using our. So is there, so spending time, investing my time on that particular text will be to of help, or you suggest that should I keep on experimenting with our software as and when?
Uh, See, the point is that you should be using it for something, right? For
Hmm.
example, I
Hmm.
used it for my class. I used it for my analysis. I used it for
Hmm.
something. Maybe for
Hmm.
6 months, I'm not doing any analysis. I'm not taking any class in R. I'll be far from
Hmm.
it, and then I might forget a few things, and then I have to brush up
Hmm.
for some time to get
Okay.
back
Okay.
to that level. So if you don't have any usage of R, and then you will have to work hard when you come back again. Not that
Hmm.
much that you
Hmm.
have to do at the beginning, but again you have
Hmm.
to work a little bit hard on it. Uh,
Okay.
the best thing is that you keep using it for whatever
Hmm.
reason, for teaching, for uh, data analysis. If you're a researcher, then
Yes.
switch completely to R and then do everything in R. For example, we use Excel for many things.
Mm-hmm.
I use R for most of those. Even those Excel things I do in R. So
Okay.
because
Okay,
I'm
so you
new,
say what I get the hint is that keep using it
keep
for
using
small
it. Yes,
small things.
keep
So you'll
using it.
get a hang of it. I'll get a
Yes,
hang of it, and
yes, yes. That's the way.
okay, yeah, yeah. Now he has become fluent. My senior. He also was not accustomed to her. Now he uses very fluently.
So that is the
Okay,
point.
sir. Okay, sir.
And for improving your skills, don't stick to one thing only. Just keep changing. And there are lots of things to learn. One by one, you can visit YouTube. You can visit Google and see how people are writing their programs. Download it and just write it by yourself and see how they are writing. What is the best way to write a given program? That will help you learn.
Actually, too much of information is there in the Google that if you try to, I had an assignment to submit by 12, but when I Googled it, there was a lot of information. I got confused and I couldn't complete that assignment. So
Are you
there are a
teaching
lot.
or are
So
you a
I'm doing both. I mean, I just completed my PhD coursework. So,
okay?
and I'm teaching as well, but I don't teach the softwares. I'm using it, and at the same time, I'm learning three different softwares. So, what is compute in R is equivalent to something in spaces and another command in Stata. So that becomes a pot
Yes.
boiler and all that thing. So managing three softwares at the same time for a beginner like me is also becoming a lot of hectic
So
things.
there
So
are some softwares in which you don't need to write the program. You just have
yeah,
to.
spaces
There
and
are
Stata, you don't
drop
have to
down
write.
menus and you can select
Yeah,
some of them and then you can do the work. So that will
yeah.
not hamper your learning in R. But if you are learning 2, 3 programming languages, then they might hamper each other. If you are new to
Yes.
each one of them. So So better to complete one and then come to the next.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the suggestion, sir.
All right. So these are the objects that I have created, and these are vectors actually. Now we can do a few things with vectors. For example, let me take H. So H is 25 minus 201, uh, and it is a numeric vector, and I can write a function, length function on H. It says 5, so there are 5 elements in the vector H, so the length is 5. I can calculate the maximum. Max function is for maximum. Maximum is 5, minimum is minus 2. Sum of all elements is 6.
Sir, in
So
my class of edge, as in the similar thing is coming as integer.
it doesn't matter, integer and
Okay,
numeric,
fine.
similar, yeah. PROD, prod, that means product of all the elements of H. So what it does is it multiplies all the numbers, and you can see it's a 0 because one of them is a 0, so we got the product to be 0. Mean, so this is the average of all the numbers in H. Then variance, VAR is the variance. The variability is this much. Standard deviation is this much. If I write square root of H, it says it will take the square root of each element, but there are some negative numbers, and that produces this NaN. NaN means not a number. So if you take the square root of a negative number, you will see this error. Warning actually. So again, NaN, let me write here, NaN. NaN is already something which is understood to be not a number. As CAT is understood to be a cat, NaN is understood to be a not a number in R. So in some other software, it can be something else, but in R, it is not a number. So if there is a number which is not a number, then you will see this NaN. So these are the things you get accustomed to. For example, INF means infinity, right? So when you write 1 divided by 0, you'll get the result INF with a capital I. So we get used to these things when we see these things again and again. All right, now coming back to H. So we can do a lot of things
Sir,
on H.
I had
Yeah,
a question.
yeah.
Suppose if I had to combine two functions, example, I want the square root of the variance of h. Okay, so is there a way to combine two functions like that?
So you can write, you can nest the functions, square root of the variance of H, and it will give you the
Okay,
standard deviation,
okay.
right?
Thank you.
Because square root of the variance is the standard deviation. So you got the same thing, right? Coming back to H. So this is H, and if I write square bracket, it's a part. See, I'm coming to square brackets. Let me write it here. Square brackets for indexing. So square brackets are used for indexing, right? Now, this is a part of the language that suppose you want to get what is the third element in H, you can write 3 in square brackets and you'll get the third element because 3 is the index of the third element. Position, third index, however you call it, right? If I write H and square bracket and then 1, 2, 2 to 4, it will give me 3 numbers, the second position, the third position, and the fourth position numbers. If I write H C 1 comma 3, it will give me first and the third element. Again, we learned the rule that if you
Sir,
want to write,
why C into one? Oh, class? No.
no, C means concatenate.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so in the beginning, I told you that if you want, suppose I'm writing M is assigned to 2, it is fine. It, there is no error. But if I'm writing M is assigned to 2 comma 3 comma 4, there is an error. Why? Because if you want to assign more than one number to one object, then they have to be put in the bracket, point number one. And then there again, if I run it, there will be an error, right? Because what I missed is this C. This C is a function, concatenate function. This allows me to create an object that contains more than one element. So in line number 82, because I was wanting to get the first and the third element of H, I cannot simply write 1 comma 3. Right? If I do it, it will be error. Then if I put them in bracket, actually they're already in bracket, but if I put another bracket, it will still be an error. I have to put a C here just to ensure that I am giving some vector in place of an index. So what I want to say is, give me first and third element of H. Here what I want to say is, give me second, third, and fourth element of H. Here what I want to say is, give me third element of H, right? That's what I meant here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, suppose like you have created a variable h.
yes,
So if I want to, like you told us, if we write sum h, so it will plus all the numbers in h and give us the sum.
yes.
So, but if we want like the sum of only first three or the last three
Hmm.
or any combination of that sort, so can we do that?
Uh, we can use these. Let me show you sum H, uh, first three elements, right? Right.
Yes, sir.
So that gives the sum of first three elements. So if you if you want the first three elements, you can write H C 1 to 3, and if you want to get the sum of them, you can just put a sum outside it.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so this is indexing. This is very important, and because in data analysis we deal with variables. In R, those variables are taken to be vectors. So when we are working on vectors here, we are actually learning how to work with variables in a data set. So I have not introduced you to the data set, complete data set, because I'm starting with one column of the data set now. Those are vectors. And now we will build upon and go to two-dimensional data set, which has rows and columns both. All right, so let me quickly show you. This is not, I'm calling it vector 1. Again, I'm not writing ABCD now. I'm writing vector 1. I could have written V1. Let me write V1. That is also fine. And this time, this vector that I'm creating contains A, B, C, D, A, B, A, B, C.
Sir, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
Sir, if like in, yeah, 85th line you have written this is the sum of 1 to 3.
yeah.
If I want the sum of 1 and the numerical on third place, I was trying and I did 1 comma 3.
Yeah,
That did not give me any answer. Yes, sir.
it gave me a
Oh,
zero.
maybe I am doing something wrong then. Some call. Fine, sir. Fine. I'll cross check.
It's sort of it is a little bit complicated for a first day 85 line 85,
Yes.
and I wrote it because somebody asked it, right? So
Oh, fine, sir. I got it.
I'm removing
It was
removing this
just
line.
like
So
fine, sir.
I don't want to write anything here that is not apt for the first day, right? Okay, so coming back, so I've created a vector v1. I'm checking the class v1, and that is character vector. I can check the length of v1. So there are 6 elements. Of course, mean will not work because these are not numbers, so that will give the error. I can subset it. Suppose I want to create another vector v2. Let me write it here. Suppose I want to create another vector v2 using some of the elements of v1, right? So I can write v2 is assigned to v1 square bracket. I want only the first 4 elements, so 1 to 4. And now v2 is a vector that contains 4 elements a, b, c, d, and of course this is also a character vector. It's uh, I can subset it any way I want. Maybe what is the third element of v2, that is c. What is the fourth element of v2, that is d. What is the first, second, and third element of v2, that is b and c. I could have assigned this part to another vector v3. So this will become my v3, that is b and c. So I can continue using square brackets and create subvectors used from a given vector. Um, Maybe I can create a vector v4 using v1 and removing the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth and sixth element from it. So now v4 would again contain ABCD. Here I removed, that is a minus sign, fifth and the sixth place. So what is left is first 4 places. So there are various ways to work with these. Now, what about if I create a vector v5 and I'm saying I want 1, 3, and a? It did not give me any error, right? So if I print v5, it shows me 1, 3, a. But
Sir, I lost track after V1 because something went wrong. So I will just.
okay, so just leave this part and start from line 100.
Okay, sir.
Start from line 100. So I've created a vector having 3 elements, 1, 3, a. And then I printed v5 and it shows 1 and 3 also in quotes. 1 and 3 are also in quotes because, can anyone tell me why? Because a vector,
Maybe,
yeah,
yeah.
please.
Maybe it has character and numeric both in single like elements in that variable.
Exactly. A vector can contain only elements. Okay, let me write it properly in proper English. Elements of same data type. So what is permissible in a given vector are elements of the same data type. Either all of them should be characters, or all of them should be numeric, or all of them should be logical. You cannot mix numeric with a logical with a character in one vector. That's not permissible, right? But if you force it, like I did, line number 100, I'm forcing 1, 3, and A to be contained in one vector V5, then that vector will be converted to a character vector, although it contained two numbers. But R has converted those two numbers also to characters. That's why the quotes on 1 and 3, right? Let me create a few more vectors very quickly. Let me take V6 and 2, 1, 3. It is numeric. Can anyone explain this result? Why is V6 numeric?
So perhaps because uh, the values 1 and 3, which are numeric, have precedence over the value true, which is logical.
Actually, true is a logical, but it has a value of 1. This is another fact. So just take it as a fact that true means 1 also, right?
Okay.
I'm creating another vector, false, true, 5. It is also numeric because false and true, false is 0 and true is 1 and then 5 is 5. But if I create a vector V8 with 4, 2, and A, this time I should get something different. I got it as a character. Now F and T are considered to be characters. See, there are quotes around false and true in the output of V8. They are put in quotes, right? Because they are considered to be characters. So at the end of the day, if you are mixing data types in vectors, then R will be forced to create that vector with some class that suits the object best by converting, of course. It will convert some of the elements to something else because everything can be converted to a character. For example, V9, I'm creating a vector 1, 2, 100. All are numbers, right? But if you check the class, it is character, although they are numbers. Why? Because I put them in quotes. So uh, R will forcefully be, it will be forced to put quotes around some things if you are mixing different numbers. I mean different data types in one vector.
So
Sir, why V9 is character class of V9?
because I have put quotes around 1, 2, and 100, and R will not
Oh,
see what is there in.
okay.
So if I want to create a vector, a big vector, I can use sequence command also. If I want a vector starting from 0 of length 20 and so all the numbers from 0 to 19, because the length should be 20, so there are 20 elements here. Let me create another. Now this is the sequence command. Please mute yourself, anyone who is not on mute. All right, so I
Sir, can you enlarge your screen? I can't see beyond that. Okay. V10 is sequencing.
could I explain this? So this is seq is a command that is used to create sequences. So I got a sequence starting from 0 of length 20, that is 0 to 19, right? Let me create another sequence starting from 1 of,
In V10, the length is equals 20. Why isn't it included 20? It has included 0.
so there are 20 elements already up to 19, because
Ah,
there is
okay.
0 also.
Got it.
So starting from 1, a sequence starting from 1 of length 10, and I'm saying by equals 0.5. So by means the difference. So the difference of successive elements of the vector V11 should be 0.5, and it should have a length of 10, and it should start from 1. So given the conditions, we got the vector, the elements of the vector. So I have V10, I have V11. If I want to combine them and make another vector V12, I can simply write V12 C V10 comma V11, and I got my new vector which contains all the elements of V10 and V11. So vectors can be combined together by a
I
simple
have a
solution.
question.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes in real data, like there would be some observations which are missing, right? Those come as not available or just
right.
simply blank. So how would one be treating that? Will it be showing up as numeric, or how will it? Just wondering.
Okay. So if you have missing values in the data, which is very common, uh, that place will be filled with a logical, that is NA. NA means not available. So I can create a vector here V13 with 2, 3, NA 5, right? You can print it, and the missing value is at the third place, and that's a NA. So all the places will be filled with something. Either they are numbers, either they are characters, or there is a NA which is not available. So NA is also something that is being put at that place. Now, next question is how to deal with missing values. That is a statistical question, right? So there are various ways to deal with missing values. And
Um, I
So
have
what's
one
the
question.
class of this one? This vector V13, what is the class will it show?
let's have a look. numeric. So it is assuming that this NA is going to be a number. I mean, if it is a NA, it's not available. So there is nothing there. So whatever remains is numeric. So this is numeric,
Thanks.
right?
Okay, I had one question with
Yeah,
V12 where we tried to combine V10 and V11. So
right,
it's showing the values of V10 first and V11 later. So in
right.
that sense, can we just like combine in the way that 0, 1, then like 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 in that sense, in that order?
Okay. In that case, I let me try if I can do it. Mm, so we have already have V12, right? The order is not going to work. V12 decreasing equals. Oh, this is weird. Actually, not coming to my mind how to order or sequence the values of a vector, but it can be done rather very easily. You can give
Okay.
a Google search, and there will be some function that will do it.
Works.
All right. So we have V9. Okay, this is not what I wanted. Let me create another vector V14, 10, 11, 12. Three numbers V15, 0, 1, 2. Three numbers, and I want to create a vector as a difference of these two. So I can simply write V14 minus V15. And then V16 will also be a vector with three elements, and there will be a element wise differencing that will be done, right? So whenever we are doing mathematical operations on vectors, it will be done element wise. So we can, let us try to add them together. 14 plus V15. Then this summation will also be element wise. First element of V14, first element of V15 will be added together. 10 plus 0, 11 plus 1, and 12 plus 2. So element wise, position wise, addition, subtraction, and also multiplication can be done. And also division can be done. So there is a vector of letters. If I write letters, it will give all the letters of English language. So it is already a vector. I can save it to V20 like this. So length of V20 will be 26, right? And then there is a already existing vector of capital letters, and I can save it to V21, right? And the length of V21 is also 26, right? I can subset it. For example, if I want A, B, and C, or maybe I want D, E, F, then I can call it V22 from my side, and then I can write the vector letters, and then I can write square bracket to subset it, and there I can write maybe third, fourth, fifth, so 3 to 5, and then V22 will be CDE because the third, fourth, and fifth positions in the vector letters is taken by C, D, and E, right? Okay, so I think we can stop now today. If you have any question, please ask. I'll answer, and then we'll leave the
Sir,
floor.
just one request, sir. I
Yeah,
couldn't follow up the last few commands. I'll try it at home only. Could you please supply us that we this R script if you do not have any?
I will. I will give you
Okay.
the R state on the WhatsApp group
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
So right now
Okay.
I'll be doing it.
Okay,
And
sir. And
okay,
regarding the recordings, you said there are some copyright issues or something you are referring to. If
regarding the
that is solved,
recording, I will see if I can do it
yeah, yeah.
later
If you
after the
could find.
completion of the workshop. If you require it, we'll see to it.
Yes,
But
sir. It will be helpful because we can't remember everything, na? Like ongoing also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. True.
I cannot.
And sir, I also missed some of the things, so it's better if you share your the sheet, so we'll be practicing it.
Right, that I will be sharing. I will be. Let me show you. I will be clicking here on save button, and once I click on the save, these 145 lines, uh, it will ask me for some name. I'll call it day one, and I'll save it on my desktop, and I click save, and it goes to my desktop. So it is saved by the name day1.r. It's a .r file. If I double click
Mm.
it, I'll share it with you. You just have to double click it. It will open in R Studio automatically, and
Okay.
you will see exactly this what you're seeing now on your screen. What you can do is you can put your
Mm.
cursor anywhere and click run and keep running one by one, and you can see the output of every line. And in the middle of it, somewhere you can experiment and write if something comes to your mind, maybe law 20. So click it and see the result. That's how you will practice today, and tomorrow we'll meet and we'll take it up from here.
Yes. And sir, I didn't get that part of you were saying that you will be using some secondary sources, right? Data sources.
Uh, I will be telling you how to get the data from
Hmm.
online sources,
Hmm.
how to extract data from online sources.
Achha, which data sources will you be using, sir? Last time you used PLFS or NSS or something during your last workshop we did with you.
So that only we can do because for any sort of extraction,
Ah,
you can use the same procedure again,
okay. Okay, sir.
right? All right. So no more
Excuse
questions.
me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please explain the first 10 lines which include sums and divisions? I was not able to catch it because my Wi-Fi was down at that time.
Okay. So actually, when you write something here, 2 plus 2 plus 2, and you press Control Enter, or you press on the Run button, this one, Run, you will see the output in the console here, 6. 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6, right? And then you can continue to do so one by one. Keep running it one by one. Each line will be run, and the output will be shown in the console, right? So you can write here anything what you want, maybe 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, and then you can click on run, and you'll see the 8 in the console. That is the output that you got, right? So do it in this way, or I'll be sharing this file, so you just have to click run on each line. That's it, and see what it is giving in the console.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right then. So no more questions. So thank you so much for coming, joining the workshop. I'm having a wonderful time with all of you, and let's see. And I'll work in this direction to make this productive for all of you and myself also. So thank you so much. Good night. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Good night.